It's Wednesday. It's the 2nd of November. A little after 10, just about 20 after 10. Just hit my time, 10:20. Got it last night too. Missed it yesterday morning. Not really important to anybody, but me at this point. But it's a good indicator of where I'm at. So, last couple days have been wiped out, tired, and gotten a decent amount of sleep. Gone to bed at normal time, regular time. Slept well, felt like I slept well, but just woke up feeling really, really tired, and just lingered through the day. No strength, no energy, no real clear focus. So stumbled through some recordings on Monday, so the day we went and voted, and made some notes that I felt really needed to be documented, but it was a struggle to kind of get through them. I went through 3 different record periods throughout the day, and I didn't get those processed until last night, and saved away. Not even when I was recording them, they weren't intended to be posted, so they are not posted. They're just filed away for reference, and a lot of my focus, a lot of my attention has been on moving forward with writing, publishing, speaking, and I spoke about it a little bit on Monday, even though I did not post those. And there actually might be one in those. I have to go back and I would have to listen to each one of them to figure that out. But I believe there's one where I actually talked about basically just a real quick status update of where I was at, what was going on, and how I got there, and what I felt about it. very easy. It seems very logical. It seems very reasonable. And I haven't felt that about this process ever. So, kind of a cool feeling. And I revert back to what I stated last year. Last year when we got back from the conference, I was like, I will not be in property management come this time next year. I put it in writing. I focused it in my mind that I want to get paid to write, talk about what I write, travel and speak about what I write, and hopefully make a change in the world. Who's to determine good or bad? I just want to have an impact. I want to leave a mark. And now I'm sitting here at the threshold of being able to do all of that. And I am honestly hesitant to walk through that doorway. And I don't know why. I don't know if it's fear. I don't know if it's doubt. Maybe I'm not ready. But I set this into motion years and years and years and years and years ago. I really cemented that last year by writing it down and saying, this is what I want. This is what I truly want to do. And I put it out there. And it became a little bit more discouraging as the year went on, and I was getting closer to the next NARPM convention, and I had set this kind of goal for myself that I was going to be going to the NARPM convention in Hawaii, but I was not going to be going as a property manager, or not only as a property manager. I would be going as a keynote speaker, that I would have published something or been recognized. I have been putting work out there between the blog and these videos for a long time now. So, I mean, I've been generating material. It's there. But it's not being seen. So the idea was that by the time this next convention rolled around, I would be attending as a speaker. I would be following in the footsteps of some of the people that have inspired and motivated me. And as I got closer to the Hawaii thing, I basically didn't bail on it. I didn't give up on it. But it just seemed like, all right, it's in all likelihood it's not going to happen this year. But I still have the intent in mind. I'm still going to move forward, and I still have a belief that things will happen. So what happens is I go to this conference and I see a leadership training keynote speaker, followed by our opening convention keynote speaker, and they both left me with a very strong, motivated feeling. And although they're both, as I find out now, coaches, that they coach along those same lines, one of them specifically mentioned it, Patrick. And fighting myself and my hesitancy to approach him and talk to him, I battled through it, and I did, and now I'm looking at the possibility of having somebody that knows this process, knows this path, help guide me through it. But it's going to cost, and it's not cheap, and I have the credit to do it. I do not have disposable cash laying around to pay for it. I do not have a monthly disposable income to cover if I were to break it out into monthly payments, at least not what he's got it structured as. So a couple months back, I was fully prepared to leverage all the credit that I had to pursue an endeavor, which I thought would lead me to this eventually. And now that I'm on that threshold, raising kids and not knowing how you're going to put food on the table for the next week, not knowing how you're going to put gas in the car to get to work, or not having a job and not knowing when you're going to get a job, if you're going to get a job, how you're going to make it through the week, how you're going to make it through the month, how you're going to make it through the year. And that's a pain in my life that is having an impact now. I'm as much as I feel like I should just roll the dice and do it, that's really been my approach in life. But having gone through those poverty situations and having gone through bankruptcy twice now, and having rebuilt my credit to a 700 plus credit score, and having financed a home and financed cars and been able to manipulate and use the system to my advantage, I need to eliminate the idea of risk in my mind, but it's still lingering, and that's what I've been battling with for the last week, is putting that money up, because it's really an investment in my future. I think it will pay off, but I have fear, I have doubt. I think everybody would. I mean, it's a natural part of humanity that we have to overcome, and that is what I'm battling with now. I'm trying to, before I make a decision, eliminate all the doubt, and every day I feel a little bit more comfortable, and that could have led to my feeling of exhaustion the last couple of days, because I've been mentally locked into that. Not only have I been cycling some of my philosophy and theories in my head and trying to generate a structure to be able to present that as a book, but I've been struggling with whether or not I can afford to to the path. So anyway, that's where I'm at. I have this call scheduled tonight at 7 o'clock. I have no idea what he has it plotted out as far as time-wise. I have no idea what we're going to talk about. And I have no idea if I am going to commit to hire him. And I'm thinking that I'm leaning towards it. I really need to sit and discuss it with Rhonda, because it will have an impact on our financial situation if I make this commitment. And then I need to sit down and figure out a realistic timeline of, if I make this investment in myself, when can I start to see a return on that investment? And I think it has unlimited potential for me in the future, but it could make things extremely tight right now. And if for some reason Patrick and I find that we're incompatible for a working relationship, which is possible. I still, like I said, I have a very strong idea of who I am, of what I am, and what my reality is. And my idea does have the potential to upset people. And I'm not worried about upsetting people, but I don't want to get involved in some type of a working relationship and then find out later on that we just see the world from two different vantage points, and they are not compatible with each other. So I just pulled in here and I'm looking at this roof, and I thought we had this roof replaced, but this roof definitely has not been replaced yet. Anyway, So I'm going to probably break this up into a couple of different recordings today. At this point, I feel pretty comfortable with what I've talked about and where I'm at, because that this is the main thing that's on my mind is which way am I going to go? Because I honestly don't have any clue right now what's going to happen at 7 o'clock tonight when we talk, and what the result of that conversation is going to be, and where I'm going to be tomorrow after that. But I think no matter what, it'll be to my benefit. So that's it for now.